Hello guys, it's me, Little Green Dude, and we're back with another video here on rating Game Pass games, aka previewing Game Pass games. This game's name will be in the thumbnail slash, the video's description down below, so if you want to check it out, just look at the description below, and the name will be there, or it will be in the title. Most likely in the title, but here we go. We're going to be testing this game. We're going to be looking at it. We're going to be seeing if the game is, any good, if the game's worth playing, if the game's worth installing, Nowadays, we don't really play different games. We all stick to, our basic games like Fortnite and Warzone and all sorts of different games like that. But I'm going to go out and I'm going to explore, the different games I can get with Game Pass. And we're going to see if any of them are worth installing or worth even playing. So we are going to see if, there is any real stories out there that are actually worth playing and worth trying. So, yeah. I thought this game was pretty cool, to be honest. A lot of interesting stuff happening in this game. For some reason, we're falling through the sky right now. I don't know why we're falling through the sky right now, to be honest. This is a top-down game. So that's the heads up here. If you don't like top-down games, sorry, a lot of these games are top-down kind of games. There's a lot of that on Game Pass. I will be doing first-person games soon, so let me know what first-person game you would like to see in my game preview series here, / review. But I think preview is probably better for it, because this is kind of just a preview of all the games, and just me kind of talking over it and stuff. But I will say that this series so far has been really interesting, and also thank you guys for all the support along the series and along the different clips that I've been posting outside of it. And I'm sorry I can't really keep up with you guys as much as I would like. The past week I've been dealing with some troubles, feeling kind of sick and stuff, so that's why I haven't been really uploading. I've been feeling kind of awful. I also been trying to get out with family a little bit more. I'm just now growing into an adult, guys, so stuff's getting pretty real out here pretty fast, so so I'm kind of just posting off to the side. So if these videos get out a little bit late, I'm sorry guys. I have other stuff that I kind of have to do and I have to go towards. So if I'm down for, well, I'm just gonna give you guys this heads up. I do got dental work in about a month or so ish, I want to say, but whenever it happens, I will be making a post on either, well, I'll make it on Instagram and all my other platforms too, but I'll probably make it on this one too. So if you see a post by me saying there will not be an upload for a minute, that's probably why. There may be uploads, but it may not be like, uploads like this where I use my voice, because dental work kind of messes up your voice and how you talk and stuff. But as I said before, guys, I'm going to be trying to stay as consistent as I can be with life, but at the same time, life is pretty complicated. This is kind of just, as I said, kind of just a little bit of a rant here, telling y'all kind of why I haven't been posting as much. But I tend to post on games that I can, and I've been trying to figure out what games to post on. So I got 2 in the lineup though, so don't worry guys. We're having another little week here where we'll be reviewing games / previewing games here. Ooh, I can smash stuff. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, guys. We can just smash everything, I think, if I remember correctly, later on in the game, this has consequences for me breaking stuff. I think breaking stuff has consequences in this game, which is kind of a weird premise, but, okay. I guess it's a bad cat because I smash stuff. I don't really care, though. But, as I was saying, guys, is life gets a little bit complicated, But, like I said, I'll keep you all in the know, and I'll keep you all, here as long as I can. But, life's getting pretty real for me right now, between family and stuff. So I'm trying to keep up with all that while keeping up with you guys and trying to keep up with content here. And play games, and try to show, a little bit of community build here, instead of just being, some random guy, which I'm still some random guy at the end of the day, we all are, but, as I say, all those random people can change your life and change your perspective forever, so keep that in your mind forever. I will say, this game's really interesting. It has a pretty interesting build, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's just a platformer game, so, and I'm not very good at platformer games, but, as I was saying, is I've been trying to build like friendships and stuff outside of like YouTube and stuff. I've been working on my social skills and stuff too. Pretty hard, to be honest, because you know I've been out of that loop for a minute now. As I have said before in one of my live streams, I've been out of the loop for a hot minute, so that's why I'm trying to get into, you know, something like this, where I can kind of talk to you guys and kind of, you know, just give you guys my take and give you guys my perspective on things, and you know, just let y'all know how things are going and how I feel, and you know. And at the end of the day, if you don't like that kind of stuff, you know, you always don't have to watch, you know. At the end of the day, you know, we all watch who we want to watch, and we all talk about who we want to talk about, so, you know. But I do appreciate all the support from you guys. I truly do. You guys are a wonderful community. You know, I love you Earthlings. You Earthlings are honestly some of the best people I've ever had, you know, talk to me. You know, I meet a lot of you Earthlings. You know, through this journey, we meet a lot of people we've met. A lot of really cool people. You know, ODST, you know, the nerd guy, aka ODST the nerd. I don't know if he changed his name, but you know, shout out to him. He's a pretty good dude, you know. Me and him talked quite a bit, and we got to know each other. He's a pretty chill guy, so I definitely recommend checking him out, you know, whenever you get a chance. He does content sort of like me, a little bit different though in the games. You know, he'll do things like Attack on Titans and stuff. And yeah, this is where the game gets weird. It kind of chooses to put you in heaven, or, well, you can see, you know, the underworld here. But as I was saying, is he kind of does different content with like Deep Rock and all that, but he's been on Helldivers lately. So if you like that type of stuff, you know, go ahead and definitely check him out. You know, definitely, you know, check all my friends out, honestly, you know. I'll give you all, eventually I'll talk about them all, you know. I've been trying to work out videos with them, but it's really hard to do, you know, especially as an up-and-coming creator, because Discord and stuff doesn't really record audio, Xbox doesn't really record audio, and you know, there's a lot of things like that going on where I can't really record audio and stuff since I'm on Xbox. And man, when I get a job, first thing I want to get after I get everything settled and I get my life straight, I definitely want to get like a PC and stuff, guys, for sure. If I do that, I'll definitely upload more consistently, but for now, I've been working, you know, strictly from my phone on all these long form videos. Pretty hard to do, you know. It's not the most easy thing, that's for sure, but I do enjoy making content like this. But honestly, guys, I will rate this game a solid, you know, I'll give it a solid 6. Pretty interesting graphics, pretty cool platformer game. Had me a little bit, you know, playing it pretty intensely. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought this whole game was pretty cool. The premise of it's pretty cool. The fact that you're playing as a cat, and you know, he kind of looks like a good person, then is actually like a bad cat because he done something small. It's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't really know what the main story of this is, but if you guys know, you know, leave me a comment down below, and let me know what y'all think of these style of videos. Would you guys like to hear more of me talking? Would you like to hear less of me talking? You know, let me know in the comments below. I'm always willing for ideas. I'm always willing to take up ideas. As I've said before, you know, I love y'all. You know, y'all are the people who I look forward to talking to, and I look forward to posting for. So at the end of the day, if you want to, comment below, tell me what you know, can change, or a game that you want to see on this channel, and you know, maybe it'll happen. Maybe one day, you know, I'll post a video on it and you'll be like, oh yeah, you know, I said that, you know, or something like that. But we're gonna probably round it out here, you know, soon. Here in about a few minutes, we're gonna round out this video, and you know, hopefully y'all enjoyed this type of content. And I really enjoy making these kind of videos. You know, it just takes a lot of time, so if I don't post every day, that's why, because I'm trying to make the best content I can for y'all. So, you know, I hope y'all really, you know, enjoy this type of stuff, and I really hope everything I do on this channel, you know, y'all look back and say, this is pretty cool. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to show people different games and stuff. So I definitely recommend checking out games you've never played, because some of those games you never played, you know, as in like the finals and stuff, I posted on that game quite a bit. Nobody really knew what it was, or knew what it was, I should say. And it was a really good game. You know, there's a lot of good games out there, guys. So I definitely recommend, if you're newer to games and you're looking for some fun, you know, try different games. You know, not money games neither. Like, you can go and play all the free games. You know, there's a lot of free games out there too. You know, and honestly, I recommend it. You know, I will say that one of the main reasons why this series ever happened is because I was thinking to myself, and I was like, what could I post about that's not really, you know, boring and kind of like interesting, but also, you know, kind of different than other people. So, you know, this whole series came about, and I thought about it, and I was like, this would be pretty cool to just post about random games. Sorry, I almost tripped there, guys. But and I was just sitting there, I was like, you know, people would love to see random games and random stuff and all of that. And honestly, this game popped up, and I was like, this game's pretty cool. I didn't really understand it, you know, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And I would definitely recommend, you know, giving it a try if you like smaller games. You know, if you're on a old gen console, these games would probably be for you. These games would definitely be up your alley. I'm not saying that, you know, new gen players don't play them, because you could too. You could enjoy them just as well if you like old school kind of games and you like the old arcadey kind of feel, you know, instead of this modern day feel, if you get me. But as I was saying, guys, is so if I stop posting for a little bit, just know I had a little bit of life stuff come up, but I will try to let you all know, you know, when that happens. But you know, keep it here, keep it real, Earthlings. It has been the little green dude, aka the green dude, aka the alien man. Peace out, Earthlings.